you can do that in bed too.
Right.
I'm sitting down right now, and you can do that. You can bring your elbow up to your knee up to your elbow.
Right.
So that's what I love about this practice. It's easy, it's gentle, and it can be adapted to any form that you're in. If you have an injury, we just adapt to that injury. If
Right.
if you can't stand up, we can do it sitting down. If somebody's using a walker, we can incorporate the walker with it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful form that is easy and incredibly effective.
Right. So one of the things that I want to ask you is what is one or more examples of the energetic changes or the health benefits that you personally received out of it, Andrea?
I've been out and about recently, and everybody has said to me, "Oh my God, you look beautiful. You look absolutely radiant." And I'm like, I've been doing Qigong every day for the last 60 days, every day, 4 times a day. So there's that. And you know how we do the fluffing the pillow where we kind of bend down?
Yeah.
I could not get myself all the way down to the floor 60 days ago. And now I can touch the floor when I do it.
Wow.
And not only does that make my body more flexible, but it also opens up all of those meridians.
Right.
And energetically, everything is open now. And that opens up so much more in your brain and in your manifestation. So, there's so many benefits. Your blood pressure goes down, your anxiety, it will break your anxiety. It will give you a clearer mind. It will give you more flexibility, more coordination.
Yeah.
It's just, the benefits are endless.
Right.
And the reason that Qigong even came into being, the movements are 5,000 years old, right? But Qigong itself only came into being in like 1949, and then not even really into the mainstream until the 70s.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
yeah.
But what they were finding was that people were curing themselves of cancers and ailments that otherwise would not have been curable, right? And in today's society, we can't say that Qigong cures cancer. We can't say that. But what I can say is that people have believed that they have cured themselves of cancer by doing it.
Right. Yes. And I've heard that from many different people. Wow. I just had a synchronicity that just popped into my head. And if we have time, I didn't even realize it till we're in the middle of this conversation. I just love life. I love life so much. One of the things that I love about Qigong. So when I went to acupuncture school, I also, one of our classes, we had to take Tai Chi, but the names,
Mm-hmm.
there's just something about, because the Asian culture is so connected to nature. And so the titles of the Tai Chi movements were, and now I don't remember them because I did it in school and I kind of just let that go. And I forgot about the names until I started doing the Qigong challenge with you, and the names of, so fluffing the pillow, but that, that one's not as exciting as connecting heaven and earth. And what's the one? Is it clearing the chi, or what is it? Not clearing the chi, clarifying the chi.
Purifying chi.
Purifying chi, and the one I want to say that it is ringing the sacred gong, but that's not correct. What is it?
Ringing the temple gong. Mm-hmm.
Ringing the temple gong, right? And that's the whole belief that we are like our soul, our essence of us is housed inside of this beautiful temple, right? Our body is this temple. And it's like, oh my goodness, I totally forgot all about these fabulous names that Asian culture has, that connects us so deeply with nature. What's the one with the clouds or something about moving the clouds?
Brushing clouds.
Brushing the clouds.
We do brushing the clouds. There's also parting the clouds, and there's pushing rose petals and swimming dragon.
Swimming dragon.
You know, and it's all connected to nature. You know, it's just, and when you go out and do it in nature, it's even more powerful.
Yes, unless that thunderstorm comes down on you like it did for me today, and you have to run for cover. Yes, because when I came inside, it still was good, but absolutely not the same effect as being able to be outside doing this. And I had the opportunity to go to China, years ago, and in all of the parks, any kind of open area, there were so many people, and from little ones to, elders into their 80s, 90s, and probably into their hundreds, that would be in the parks, and beautifully, because these movements are so gentle and so poetic and fluid and flowing, and to watch people doing them in unison, it was just gorgeous. It was so gorgeous. And it was Tai Chi and Qigong and probably many other modalities that were being used. But, oh man, it is so beautiful. And I can speak for myself how wonderful I feel when we finish up, because the one challenge that I'm doing with you, it's just 15 minutes, which is perfect because it fits right into my lifestyle. First thing in the morning, 15 minutes, and I'm off and going. But it sets the stage for my day. And because we are going to run out of time, how about, can you share with the listeners the Qigong challenge that you will be offering in September? I don't even want to say September. It's like, no, don't tell me we're that far along in the year. But what are you offering in September?
Well, and the Qigong challenge goes every month.
Okay.
September, October, November. It will be offered every month, and it's 30 days, because it takes 30 days to create a habit, right?
Right.
So 30 days for $30 for 15 minutes a day.
Okay.
And they'll be running at 8 in the morning, 10:30 in the morning, 11 and 11:30, and probably at 3 in the afternoon. I still am getting that one together. Okay. But and they can find all of that information on the website, which is inspiredlifemastery.com.
Okay.
And if somebody wants to hop in the middle, for $15, I will let them in the middle of the class. I just ask that they do one session with me alone so that I can catch them up.
Right.
At some point. But I want people to come in whenever they feel called to do that. So it's just, people are absolutely loving it.
Yes.
So, I'm
yes.
so glad to be able to offer this.
Right. And the timing, just that short little 15 minutes. And I know you offer longer ones, but the 15 minutes for me is so perfect. And by the way, those times are all Eastern Standard Time. And that information will all be in the show notes. So Andrea's website, the sign up for the Qigong 30-day challenge, the times, the enrollment with the payment, $30 for 30 days. My goodness, that's $1 a day. It's beyond reasonable. And I can tell you that I will continue on for as long as I can continue on. I just have to start working my schedule a little bit better. But right now, I kind of came in where my schedule is already really set. And so it messes me up that way. But Andrea, this time just flies by like there is no tomorrow. I want to continue this conversation. I have a few more questions about Qigong and some other things I want to talk to you about. So I'm wondering, would you be willing to come back and spend some time with me next week so we can continue on this conversation?
I would love that.
Perfect. Awesome. I love it. Thank you. So I have more questions, and then I want to clarify a couple more things. So anybody who's listening, do not worry about missing the information about the Qigong challenge. That will all be in the show notes. Andrea's website, lifemastery.com, and how to sign up for the Qigong. Sorry.
Inspired Life Mastery.
Inspired Life Mastery. This is why it will be in the show notes. It will all be there. So no worries. No worries. Take a deep breath, Nada. It's all good. So it will all be there. And we'll continue this conversation. And of course, I'm going to continue on with the Qigong because I'm in love with it. And I know that you're getting rave reviews. So I want to thank you for this time. It flew by. It's crazy how quickly it goes. We're going to swing back and pick this up next week and do it again. So thank you, my dear, for being here. You know that I love you, and I will be talking with you next week.
I love you so much, and thank you very much for having me.
Always. And to all of the listeners out there, if you can jump into that Qigong challenge, I promise you will not be disappointed. It's fabulous. It is absolutely a beautiful way to start your day or start your mid-afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. So until next week, have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for being here. Much love to you, and goodbye for now.
Thank you for spending time with us today. Please go to nadahogan.com for show notes and other information you can use right away. If you like what you heard here, please subscribe to our show, and don't forget to rate and review right there on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your shows. And don't forget to tell your friends about it. We'll see you next week.